The spotlight has once again shifted toward New Zealand as Dave Rennie begins shaping what many believe could become a new chapter in the proud history of the All Blacks. Taking charge of one of rugby's most iconic teams is never an easy task. Expectations are always sky high, every performance is heavily analyzed, and every decision is debated by fans and experts around the world. After guiding the team to 2 encouraging victories at the beginning of his tenure, Dave Rennie has already started restoring belief among supporters who are desperate to see the All Blacks return to their traditional standards of excellence. Former Scotland head coach Matt Williams believes the changes extend far beyond improved results. In his opinion, the biggest difference is the team's mentality. He argues that New Zealand is slowly moving away from an era where image and reputation often received as much attention as performance. Instead, he believes Dave Rennie is rebuilding a squad that places winning, physical dominance, and relentless competitiveness above everything else. According to Matt Williams, rugby at the highest level demands much more than talent alone. It requires players who are mentally tough, technically outstanding, and prepared to battle for every inch of the field. He believes Dave Rennie has challenged his squad to rediscover those qualities, reminding them that the All Blacks earned worldwide respect by being ruthless competitors long before they became global sporting icons. The timing of this transformation could not be more important. This weekend, New Zealand prepares for a massive showdown against Ireland at the famous Eden Park, a venue that has become one of rugby's greatest fortresses. For more than 3 decades, visiting teams have traveled there hoping to create history, only to leave disappointed. That remarkable record has become part of All Blacks folklore, and Dave Rennie is determined to ensure it remains intact. While history provides confidence, Dave Rennie knows that past achievements guarantee nothing in modern rugby. Every generation must create its own legacy, and every player must prove they deserve to wear the famous black jersey. During the opening weeks of his reign, supporters have already noticed greater intensity in New Zealand's performances. The defensive line has looked more aggressive, the forwards have competed harder at the breakdown, and the entire squad appears to be playing with renewed purpose. For Matt Williams, those improvements reflect an honest assessment made by the coaching staff. Rather than pretending New Zealand remained the world's dominant force, the new coaches openly accepted that rivals had overtaken them in several key areas. In particular, they recognized the impressive standards set by the reigning world champions, South Africa, whose physical approach, tactical discipline, and relentless pressure have become the benchmark for international rugby. Instead of ignoring those uncomfortable truths, Dave Rennie reportedly encouraged his players to embrace them. The coaching group focused on improving technical execution, increasing fitness levels, strengthening defensive structures, and creating a mentality capable of thriving under the toughest pressure. That willingness to confront weaknesses head-on has impressed many former players and analysts. The desire for change became even stronger following one of the most painful moments in recent All Blacks history. Their heavy defeat against the Springboks raised serious concerns throughout New Zealand rugby. Supporters questioned the team's direction, former internationals demanded improvements, and pressure quickly intensified around the coaching setup. It was a result that nobody associated with the All Blacks wanted to experience again. Many observers felt that match exposed the growing gap between New Zealand and the very best teams in world rugby. South Africa dominated the physical battle, controlled the tempo, and punished mistakes with ruthless efficiency. Every missed tackle and every lost collision highlighted areas where improvement was desperately needed. Rather than allowing that disappointment to define the future, Dave Rennie appears determined to use it as motivation. Reports suggest that every training session now carries greater intensity, with players expected to compete for every position. Reputation alone is no longer enough. Every squad member must consistently perform to earn selection, creating healthy competition throughout the entire group. That competitive environment has inspired both experienced internationals and emerging talent. Senior players understand they must continue delivering world-class performances, while younger stars recognize genuine opportunities to establish themselves in the national side. As a result, the standard within the squad continues to rise. Attention now turns toward Ireland, coached by Andy Farrell, whose side has earned enormous respect through discipline, intelligent game management, and outstanding consistency. Ireland have become one of the toughest opponents in international rugby, combining strong forward play with creative attacking patterns that have troubled many of the world's leading teams. However, Matt Williams believes Ireland face an incredibly difficult challenge. After an intense schedule over recent months, he feels fatigue could become a significant factor against an All Blacks side playing with renewed confidence in front of a passionate home crowd. He believes defeating New Zealand at Eden Park would require one of the greatest performances in Irish rugby history. The atmosphere inside the famous stadium promises to be unforgettable. Thousands of supporters dressed in black will create an intimidating environment from the opening whistle. Every powerful tackle, dominant scrum, and exciting attacking move is expected to lift the crowd even further, making life increasingly difficult for the visitors. For New Zealand, this fixture represents much more than another nation's championship encounter. It offers another opportunity to prove that the rebuilding process under Dave Rennie is gathering momentum. A convincing performance would strengthen belief throughout the squad while sending a clear message to every major rival that the All Blacks are steadily rediscovering their identity. The players understand the responsibility that comes with wearing one of rugby's most famous jerseys. Every international match attracts enormous attention from supporters, former players, and media around the globe. Success is expected, while anything less quickly becomes headline news. Dave Rennie has challenged his squad to embrace that pressure and transform it into motivation rather than fear. If New Zealand continues progressing at this rate, the race for international rugby supremacy could become even more exciting. South Africa remain the team everyone wants to beat. Ireland continue to challenge consistently. France possess extraordinary depth and talent, and several other nations are improving every season. A fully confident All Blacks side would make every major tournament even more competitive. According to Matt Williams, the greatest All Blacks teams were respected not only because of their incredible skill but because they never backed away from a physical contest. They combined discipline, confidence, aggression, and exceptional execution to overwhelm opponents. He believes Dave Rennie is attempting to restore those same qualities, creating a team capable of striking fear into every nation once again. As kickoff approaches, anticipation continues to grow across the rugby world. Ireland arrives determined to end New Zealand's remarkable unbeaten run at Eden Park, while the All Blacks aim to protect one of the sport's greatest home records. The outcome will provide another important indication of how far Dave Rennie has already taken his team. When the final whistle blows, the result will either strengthen belief in New Zealand's revival or remind everyone that more work still lies ahead. Either way, rugby fans everywhere will be watching closely. If the All Blacks produce another commanding display, the message will be impossible to ignore. Under Dave Rennie, New Zealand appears determined to reclaim its place among the most feared teams in world rugby, and every major rival will be paying very close attention. The spot